So, as we discussed in last class, today I am planning to discuss about the test what we conducted yesterday. In those questions, some people having some doubt regarding those questions. So, those questions we will discuss here. So, let's check. In 2016, Tata Steel reported that it made a losses of 1 million a day from its UK operations. Under which one of the following conditions is the firm is the short-run losses most likely to be shutdown operations? So when a firm in the short run, when a firm will shut down, we already knows that when a firm will shut down, it is not possible to cover its variable cost means that particular firm will be shut down. In the short run, at least that particular firm have to cover their variable cost. Then only they can able to survive. Otherwise, they have to be shut down. But in the case of long run, we knows that they have to be cover their average cost completely. In the long run, all factors are variable, so that in the long run there is no fixed cost. All costs are variable, so that's why the long run means they have to cover their average cost completely. In the short term means at least they have to cover their variable cost, then only that particular firm can able to operate. So that's why option B is the right answer. It is not covering the average variable cost in the short run, then that particular firm had to be shut down. The question is that when that particular firm will be shut down. Okay, so here average revenue must be greater than the average variable cost, or price must be greater than the average variable cost as a condition for satisfying the business in the short run. MC is equal to MR for a profit maximization. If the firm is profit maximizing firm means if they want to survive means at MC is equal to MR. You can see here diagram. At this curve is the MR curve and this curve is the MC curve. At MC is equal to MR, that particular point, this is the price is P2. At this particular price, their average variable cost is little bit above, higher, greater than the price, isn't it? Average variable cost is greater than the price, then that particular firm had to be shut down. So a business will leave the industry when it is not covering the operating cost, that is the variable cost, the factors which do not be paid, even there is an output, that is a short, we can able to say that shutdown point. If they are not covering their average variable cost means what they have to do, they have to be shut down. For example, if the profit maximizing condition only, first we have to be check MC is equal to MR at this particular point. In the short run means they have to be cover at least their variable cost, but in the long run means what they have to do, they have to cover at least their average cost completely, then only they can able to survive. If they are not covering this one in the long run means that particular firm had to be shut down. So if it can be exceeded this cost, it makes a contribution to the fixed cost. If suppose your revenue is greater than the average variable cost means you can able to contribute that particular money to the fixed cost. That's what they said, that reduces the overall cost must be paid. In the long run, it will cover all the cost or shut down. For example, in the long run, they have to cover all the cost, or if they are not covering means what they have to do, they have to be shut down. Then the diagram showing shutdown point, and one mark we can give it to a AR below AC and AT. For example, you can see that AR is below that average variable cost or average cost. Then that particular firm had to be shut down. Is it clear? So profit maximizing condition first we have to check at MC is equal to MR. At this particular point, this is the price. The price must be greater than average variable cost. Then only that particular firm can able to survive in the short run. And in the long run, the price must be greater than average cost. Then only that particular firm can able to survive. Clear? Then next question. So in this question, Lottie runs a training shop, and following the table shows her cost and revenue for one treatment at different price levels. Some part of the table is left blank for your calculation. At what price range would Lottie maximize the profit? For example, they given one table and they give two columns as empty for your working, and question is that at what price range would Lottie will maximize the profit? So profit maximizing condition we already know. What is the profit maximizing condition? MC is equal to MR. So we have MC here, marginal cost, but we don't have a MR. So we have to find out the MR. So in order to find out the MR, what we need? We need a total revenue, isn't it? So total revenue means what? Price into quantity. Here they given the quantity and they given the price. So when you multiply this quantity into price, you will be get the total revenue. Then you can able to find out marginal revenue. MC is equal to MR only the condition now. So we had to be find out the marginal revenue. So you can able to find out the price into quantity, that is the total revenue, we got it. Then addition to total revenue, here you can able to see that 0 to 18, that is 18, 18 to 32, that is 14, then 32 to 42, that is 10, then 42 to 8, that is 6, then 48 to 50, that is 2. So MR column we calculated. Then total cost, here they given the marginal cost, isn't it? So total cost means 30 plus 2, that is how much? 32. 32 plus 3, that is 35. You can able to see that 32 plus 3, that is 35. Then 35 plus 4, that is 39. Then 39 plus 6, that is 45. Then 45 plus 10, that is 55. So total cost is also calculated. Then profit maximizing condition, we know that MC is equal to MR. Check the MC column and MR column, at which point both level are equal. You can able to see that, yes, at point 6 you can able to say that is 6, isn't it? At the price, at the quantity unit 4, price is 12. So we can able to say that in the option, we can able to say that question is that at what price range only they asked. 12 to 14 is there now. That's what I selected option D. Or otherwise you can able to do one another way is also I will explain. So you can see here total revenue, how to calculate, you can see, and we have a total cost. So we can calculate the profit, total profit, cost and the revenue difference. So in this one, minus 30 minus 14, revenue minus cost, we can able to have the difference in the profit now. So like that way we calculate the profit. So 35 32, that is minus 3. Then 39 cost is 39 and revenue is 42, that means profit is 3. And total revenue is 48 and total cost is 45, so the profit is 3. So at this range of profit, which where profit is highest, yeah, these two range profit is highest, isn't it? Then 12 and 14, the 12 and 14 profit ranges are higher. Clear? Then next question. In this question, a monopolist supplier of holidays to a small island resort split the market into two sub-markets, one for the school holidays and the other for the term time. For example, they given the two diagrams, one for the school holiday times and term time, that means school working times. Then the diagram shows the average revenue and marginal revenue curve for the holidays of the two sub-markets. If the marginal cost of providing one holiday is $200, they given marginal cost. Keep in mind they given cost as a 200. At any time of the year, what price would be holiday charges for the two sub-market maximize the profit? So which point the two sub-markets are maximizing the profit? Profit maximizing condition in last question we discussed, at MC is equal to MR. So they given MC, is it? Here MC is given. So here we can able to see MC and 200 and MR at this particular point. At this particular point, what is the price? 500. In holiday time, MC marginal cost is 200. So at this particular point, what is the AR curve? That is a 500. You can see that that is 500. So price is 500 at profit maximizing point. So here we can able to see that price is 500. Is it clear? So option E we can able to come here. Marginal cost is given as a 200. So in this marginal cost, MC is equal to MR at this particular point. At this particular point, what is the price? You can able to say price is 400, isn't it? MC is equal to MR, point is here. So at this particular point, price is 400. So that's why we can able to say that option E is correct, because annotation of the diagram showing the two marginal cost curves intersecting the school holidays of market output at a 150. We can able to say the 150 at the price of 500. You can say price of 500 and output at a 150. Clear? Then the same way we can able to say that another term holidays output at 200 and price at 400. So that's why option E is the right answer. Clear? Then next question. So a firm which print the greeting cards recorded its short-term cost. It observes that the average cost per card decreases as more produced. Although the marginal cost is rising, it follows that. Actually, here they say that average cost is decreases, isn't it? Although the marginal cost is rising, it follows that. What it follows? Whether there is an economies of scale. Economies of scale means what? A rising long run average cost curve, isn't it? A rise in long run average cost curve. But here, average cost curve is not rising. Clear? Why? Because long run average cost curve they are not giving. They are saying that average cost per card is decreasing. Economies of scale means what? There is a fall in the long run average cost curve. Clear? But here what happened? Average cost curve is decreases. Okay, that's why option A is wrong. When it comes to the B, the law of diminishing returns to scale may not has not yet set in. Actually, Law of diminishing returns to scale means what? Law of diminishing returns to scale has not been set. Here we can able to see that one here. A rising marginal cost means that law of diminishing return has set in. Okay, a rising marginal cost curve. That means that what their average cost curve is margin additional cost is increasing. That means it is set in. They said that may not set in. That's why that option is wrong. Clear? Then fixed cost is zero. In the short run, there will be a fixed cost. How we can able to say that there's fixed cost is zero? In the long run means that is fine. But the short run, there will be a fixed cost like a rent, like the not a rent, yeah, rent like that kind of stuff. Clear? Then option D, marginal cost rises whenever average cost curve will fall. Actually, average cost curve will fall initially at an increasing rate. Marginal cost curve will also fall. Okay, so that's why option D is wrong. Okay, then when it comes to option E, marginal costs are below the average cost. That is the right answer. Why? Because when the marginal cost is below the average cost, you can see that when the average cost curve falling, marginal cost curve will also fall. But here the question says that it observes that average cost curve is falling more produce, although marginal cost curve is rising. So after this particular point, average cost curve is falling, but marginal cost curve starts increasing. That's why option E is right. Clear? So this diagram is explained always MC will be below the AZ when average cost curve is falling at an increasing rate. Then marginal cost curve will be below. When average cost curve falling at a decreasing rate, marginal cost curve starts increasing at a decreasing rate. Then at MR and MC is equal, when the average cost curve starts increasing, marginal cost will be greater than the average cost curve. This is a relationship between average cost curve and marginal cost curve. You can refer the previous chapters. Okay. Then next question. When it comes to the next question, a firm faces the following cost and revenue schedule. They given one table. Okay. The firm attempting to maximize the profit, from which information could be concluded from the operating under the conditions of. Okay. Here they are given some condition. They are maximizing the profit. Profit maximizing condition means MC is equal to MR, isn't it? So here they given the total revenue and they are asking about the average revenue. Average revenue means we knows that. Average revenue means what? Total revenue divided by number of units. So you can able to write it. So I filled it that one here. So here it is given. So here you have to say AR equal to MR. At which market AR will be equal to MR? Perfect competition or monopoly? It will be in a perfect competition, isn't it? Always price is constant where in perfect competitive market. So that's why we can able to say that these are perfect competitive market, not a monopoly or monopolistic. So that's why option A and B are first itself we can reject it. Then when it comes to the average cost they given and they are asking you to calculate about the marginal cost. So how to find out the total cost from the average cost curve? Average cost means what? The total cost curve divided by number of units, isn't it? So average cost into number of units you will be get a total cost. So the same way you are I calculated here. So you can see it here 12, 22, 28, 33, 40, 50 and 81. So 14 into 2 that is 28, 11 into 3 that is 33, like that. Clear? Average cost curve into quantity, that is the total cost curve. Then you can able to calculate the marginal cost curve. Here there is a marginal cost. We can able to see that it changes in the total cost divided by changes in the number of units. So changes in the total cost curve divided by changes in number of units. So here number of units is 1, so no need to divide, just changes in the total cost we already calculated and we wrote it here. So you can see that 10, 6, 5, 7, 10, 31. So in this option they are asking that normal profit means what? Average cost is equal to average revenue. Average cost is equal to average revenue. So you have to be checked that that is a normal cost, normal profit condition. Average cost is equal to average revenue. So average cost curve is equal to average revenue at 2 points. It is, you can able to see that, isn't it? At output level 5, average cost is equal to average revenue. Clear? Or output level 4 also it is right. Average cost is equal to average revenue. But that option is not given here, na? Actually it is given up to operate at a 4 unit, but that is a monopolistic competition. That is why that is wrong. Okay, then option E is the right answer. Clear? Then next question. So here a firm is facing a downward sloping demand curve, changes the pricing policy from revenue maximization to profit maximization. Okay, revenue maximization to profit maximization. So in this diagram, revenue maximization means MR is equal to 0. That time price was P2. and from that particular point they are moving to profit maximization point, that is this point. MC is equal to MR, profit maximization condition what? MC is equal to MR. So they are moving from this point to this point. So what happened to the price? Price increased from P2 to P1 and quantity is reduced from Q2 to Q1. So that's why option B is the right. Price increase from P2 to P1 and quantity is reduced from Q2 to Q1. You can able to say price is increased from here to here and quantity is reduced from here to here. Clear? So that's why option B is the right answer. Clear? When it comes to the question number 7, the following table shows the number of new technology, that is a tech companies based at East End Technic City. Okay, at the technology cluster located in East London. The data suggests that the tech companies in East London are experiencing. So, number of tech companies you can able to see that in 2013 we can able to see that number of tech companies are increased more than 15,600. So, if the number of companies increases, what that particular company may, that particular organization, that particular location, that East Tech City will experience, it experience an external economies of scale. We can able to see that external economies of scale are the benefit to a firm when the industry as a whole grows together, and industry together all together it is grows. Then geographically location improves or a benefits being a large firms while we still being in a small firms, increasing the number of firms suggested the firms that being attracted to the industry. For example, why that is happening? Because when the large number of firms are at together in one area, it likely to lead to an external economies of scale, which might be arising to the context. Example, knowledge sharing, skilled local computer technicians, improved local infrastructure such as superfast broadband, use of data to show the increasing the industry size. So all these factors may lead to fall in the long run average cost curve. We can able to say average cost curve will shift from LRIC 1 to LRIC 2 because of the external economies of scale. Clear? That's why option A is the right answer. Option B is wrong because high commercial barriers to entry. If barriers to entry is there, means number of firms will not increase. Then financial diseconomies of scale. Actually, financial diseconomies of scale, how when the number of companies are increasing, it will be increases the financial economies of scale. Then diminishing marginal returns to scale, they don't have enough cost data to say about that one. Increasing level of merger activity, that also data they didn't provide to say about that one. A merger activities increase means the number of companies will fall now, but here number of companies are increasing now, so that is also wrong. Clear? Then next question. So next question, a dairy chest groups a British food producers which uses a large amount of milk in its production process to make a dairy products. In March 2013, Dairy Chest Group brought a Proper World's Milk, a firm which is specialized in selling fresh milk. This takeover could be leads to an advantages of what? It is a vertical integration because different stages of production but the same industry. Both are in the dairy industry but different stages of production. One is production and another one is specialized in selling, marketing. So that's what I said. It is a vertical. Then it is a backward vertical integration. Why? Because it is previous earlier towards the raw material it is joining, isn't it? This particular thing is joining with the raw material company, isn't it? That's why this March, for example, you read the question. Dairy Chest Group is a British food producer which used to a large amount of produce. But in March 2008, Dairy Chest Group, this Dairy Chest Group brought the Proper Worldsley Milk, a farm which is specialized in selling fresh milk, a farm which is selling milk, isn't it? So that's why they are saying that it is a producer which uses the large amount of milk in its production process. That means that they are producing something like a chocolate or a candies like that kind of by using milk as a raw material, isn't it? And they brought a milk selling form. That means that they are purchasing their raw materials. Now that's why it is a backward. Clear? Backward vertical integration. It is clear. Okay. The next question. Why other options are wrong? It is also clear. No? They are. It is very simply we can able to say it is not a horizontal integration. Forward vertical, it is actually backward vertical integration, not a forward. Conglomerate means that because it is both are in the same industry, so that is also wrong. And external economies of scale also we cannot be able to say about this one whether they will face external economies of scale or a diseconomies of scale because lack of information. Okay, then we question number 9. The table gives the weekly information about the possible short-term output, cost, revenue of the firm making a military equipment. Some cells have been left blank for your working. Which level of weekly output would be mean the firm is sales maximizing? Actually, sales maximization point. What is AC is equal to AR? That is a sales maximization point, or a total cost is equal to total revenue. So they are asking about the average revenue. Average revenue means what? A total revenue divided by number of units. So if you fill this column, you will get average revenue like a 40, 30, 26, 24, 21. Then you will be have a total cost they given 10, and they given the marginal cost. So 10 plus 15, that is 25. Then 25 plus 9, that is 34. Then 34 plus 18, that is 52. 52 plus 44, that is 96. 96 plus 54, that is 150. So like that I filled the total cost. Then average cost means what? Total cost divided by number of units. So I calculated average cost even. So after that I checked that which option AC is equal to AR. When we check that AC and AR at which level of output that both are equal, 24 24 at the level of output 4. So that's why I said option D is the right answer. Clear? Then the last question, the diagram shows the cost and revenue for a firm with the monopoly power. Which of the following statement is true? Which of the following statement is true? So when you are checking about this one, you can able to see that they given the diagram. Option A, at output T, the firm is revenue maximizing. At output T, this particular point is a revenue maximization. Revenue maximization condition is what? AC is equal to AR. Isn't it? That is somewhere here. But they are saying at point T. T is a profit maximization by because MC is equal to MR level of output. Clear? That's why that is wrong. Then at output V, the firm is allocatively efficient. At output level V, the firm is allocatively efficient. That means AR equal to MC. That is allocative efficiency point. Clear? So you can able to say that AR equal to MC or a price is equal to marginal cost. That is allocative efficiency point. So price is equal to marginal cost. Yes, AR curve is a price curve and marginal cost curve at the level of V. That's why option B is the right answer. Why option C is wrong? At output Z, the firm is productively efficient. At output Z, we are not productively efficient. Productively efficient is the lowest point of average cost curve. That is somewhere here. Isn't it? MC is equal to that is here. But we are at here. That's why that is wrong. Then uh, at profit maximizing output, supernormal profit is, this is the profit maximizing output, supernormal profit is G. This one we have to be here now, cost is here now, but they are taking at this one. That's why that option is wrong. K L K L M, that is wrong actually. Why? Because K is not at all here. Here it will come as here means it at least it is fine, but it is somewhere else. That's why that is wrong. At output is Z, the price is 0. At output is Z, price is K. Price is K. So that's why that option is wrong. Clear? So, thank you.